Learning how to use utility is by far the best thing that you can do inside of Counter-Strike 2, and it's going to be what separates you from just being a noob that doesn't know how to play this game to somebody that can actually have more impact in complex rounds and manipulate the other team to do exactly what you want them to do. Today, I'm going to teach you a few methods that you can use to manipulate them and make them come exactly where you want them to, and make sure that you're cutting off rotations and just having the most impact as possible on CT side. I want to make your job easier and teach you how to do this, but first, I want to teach you about the CS2 skin market. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, SkinsMonkey. They are the greatest and easiest to use automated CS2 trading site. With it being Christmas season, there is no better gift to give yourself than a new CS2 inventory. They offer a 35% bonus for every cash deposit and a free $5 for $100 worth of trades when you use my code CoJo. SkinsMonkey provides an instant way to get new skins with tons of great features. SkinsMonkey is offering a free gift to everyone right now. You can get a completely free CS skin, up to 50% deposit bonus, or a free balance on the website from your gift. The first gift is free and the others come just from trading on the site. There is zero hidden tricks and you only need a Steam account to participate. I received a nice M4 and UMP from my gifts. My favorite part of this event is the Advent calendar, which gives you a gift every day. You can receive a deposit bonus, XP, and tickets to a giveaway of 13 skins for 13 winners called Santa's Raffle. This is your chance to win knives and cool skins. I hope you all enjoy these Christmas giveaways and joy from SkinsMonkey. Make sure to use my code COJO for huge bonuses. Alright, shout out to SkinsMonkey. Now, let's talk about how we can manipulate these rounds and be the best player possible. Today, I want to specifically talk about how we're going to use our smokes in order to prevent the T side from advancing and just making their life as difficult as possible. We're going to use Inferno as an example today, but you can use this across every map you play. Every map, this is something that's viable and something that you can do. So let's take mid, for example, here to begin with. So when we're playing arch side here, what the T's are going to do a lot of the time is they're going to try to fight for this control, and it's very important for us to make their life difficult. Now, how do we do that? This is a very narrow hallway, right? A very narrow pathway that we can smoke off super easily. So what that means is one method that you can do within the CS2 round, right? The round is very short. Counter-Strike rounds do not last very long. Is you can actually just throw a smoke in a funnel point, right? This is very common. This is what most of you guys know. It's very simple to understand because what is that going to do? It's going to prevent the T's from advancing. Now, you guys need to start using utility because if you're a player that refuses to ever use your smokes and do something even as simple as this, you're going to fail, right? You need to force the T's to get uncomfortable, and when they're smoked off like this, what can they not do? They cannot run through here with vision, right? You're going to have the jump on them, and it's going to be really uncomfortable when that smoke is up. That is the most basic way of using your smoke, right? To cut off the T side, right? You see this on banana, right? Teams will throw deep banana smokes that land all the way down there, forcing the T's to try to play behind it, right? If you can make the T's play behind something, you have all of the control and you know exactly what is going on around the map, and it's very easy for you, right? Now, say, they advance, you can smoke off different choke points. You can do this all around the map. It doesn't matter where it is. The purpose of defensive smokes like this is to keep them back. They're like choke point smokes. Not defensive smokes. These are like choke point smokes to try to make it so that they cannot advance further on the map. Now let's talk about retaking smokes, right? This is where it gets kind of more complex and it's a little bit harder to know the timing, and that's what I'm going to be here to help you with. So like I said earlier, the T's are going to try to take bracket, and you can't always just recycle smokes here, especially early in the round. You might want to save it. You might not want to throw it instantly because the T's will just wait for it. So, one thing that the T's might do is they might start to smoke off arch side, right? Well, what can we do? What can we do realistically, right? They smoked off arch side. What we can do is wait for them to smoke off arch side. And then once they do that, we throw a smoke in here and smoke off mid, right? You can do this as the smoke's about to fade. You can do this like 5 seconds after they threw their smoke. The whole concept of this retake smoke is that we're making it so that they have to be in this open area and fight us, right? So when their smoke is fading arch side, what you can do is maybe throw a flash or just dry peek it, it doesn't matter, and retake with your team. If you do a move like this though, I would recommend having multiple people with you, right? So you throw the smoke after their smoke is up. And then when you're ready to go, you have multiple prongs of your attack, right? You're clearing it together from lane side and arch side with the smoke, making it so that uppers cannot be posted here. Everybody that's playing here has to be out in the open. There is little cubbies like this, but that's why you can try to molly it or just like fight these angles and hold it, whatever. But the whole concept is you're saving your smoke for after they take it, and that's just so good and like so valuable for something like mid on Inferno. So it's just something I don't see lower level players doing, and even at a high level, it's just something that isn't used as much, right? So retaking smokes can be extremely solid and just so good on the CT side, and it's something that people just don't think about. Now, lastly, let's talk about defensive smokes, because we've talked about, you know, smokes that are meant to keep the T's behind. We've talked about smokes that are going to cut the T's off and make them go in front of the smoke. You know what I mean? We're forcing them in front instead of behind. Now let's talk about how you can use smokes on sight hits to really make sure that you win the round. So think about a sight hit. I'm going to go above the map here for a second. As you can see, like say the T's are going to run up here on lane, right? You hear all of them coming. What do they have to do? They're trying to path into sight here so that they can get to the bomb site and clear out everybody that's inside of there, right? Now you can have your crossfire. I made a video on how to do a crossfire. You can have a crossfire with a guy in pit and doing that, and it's going to make their life difficult. But what is a smoke grenade going to do? It's going to completely change the map, because it's going to change what they can see, how they can path, and where they are able to go. A smoke grenade is essentially a temporary wall that can be shot through, but it does block vision, right? It blocks vision, and they literally can't see anything behind it. So what you can do with that knowledge is, you know, if you're the lone sight player here, you're really scared they're coming in on you, what you can do is throw a defensive smoke somewhere, right? So I just threw this one because smokes are bigger when they land on a ledge. But look what this does. Like, it's just crazy. Now, they could get bomb plant down in here. That's the only bad thing. But if you're trying to, you know, have a last minute desperation hold, you can manipulate the way they run in here by throwing a smoke like that. Look at this. They literally could not see you if you're playing behind these pillars and, you know, you're waiting for somebody to come in here. You could even be sitting up on this box with that smoke. But just throwing stuff like this is going to be your key to succeeding, right? You see people that are in pit doing the same thing, right? If you're a pit player, it's so good, right, to just throw a smoke down that's going to create chaos and let you play out here. Now I'm allowed to play anywhere in this area, right? Before I could only play behind the safety of this wall. But now I'm able to play all the way out here with a temporary wall that's going to allow me to peek out here, take some shots, and fall back, right? I can just play around it, and it creates like a buffer zone. So don't be afraid to use that. On A site, on B site, I've covered this on my channel before. It's just one of the best ways to use smokes in this game is when they're throwing all of their utility. Think about it. They're smoking CT. They're smoking backhaul. They're throwing their mollies in here. The site is hard to hold. It is so hard to hold. But guess what? One smoke changes all of that. Is it as hard to hold now? Absolutely not. Because from their perspective, what is going on here, man? How do we even take sight like that? We just got to run through here and, you know, maybe spray through the smoke and hope that we kill them. But that just allows you to play any positions and just have this extra layer of protection. It's almost like an onion, right? You just added more layers around the core of the onion that they have to peel back. And it's just so effective. And I find that that's the best way to hold sight. And then I guess we'll add a little bonus smoke in here. And the smoke is going to be preset smokes, right? These are smokes that you're going to throw at the beginning of the round that are just going to, the whole point of them is to just like, make the life difficult for the other team. So, you know, you can throw something like a bottom banana smoke off a spawn, and the whole point is it's going to beat the team, right? So if we throw like a T-Sarah smoke here, it's beating them, right? It's landing there before they get here, and it's confusing them, right? It's making their life harder to progress through. They might assume that you're not down here, but it just adds like a layer of confusion. So it's a little bit of a bonus. If you know spawn lineups and stuff like that, it's very good to know that. On Ancient, throwing the elbow smokes for mid is an example. It's just like these little smokes that are gonna be your standard preset smokes that you don't have to think about, but just cuts off the control as a T. It's almost the same as the first smokes I showed you. But yeah, guys, make sure to click on these videos that you see next to the screen right here, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll catch you later. Peace out.